The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
What is up, my Nooga? I've been sitting on that one for 2 days.
Hang on, it's going to be the quickest one in show history.
Race card.
Hold on a second.
You give that to yourself. You don't get to give yourself the air horn.
Oh, I didn't do that. No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I swear. No, that wasn't me.
Widget, please.
Race card.
Fuck, man.
I've been sitting on that for 2 days. I'm not gonna lie.
I was
I'm doing
gonna
good.
say,
I'm doing good.
when that story broke, were you like, "Oh, I'm gonna get Mike to turn red as soon as the show"?
Oh yeah. The minute I was like, as soon as he asked me how I'm doing, I'm saying something about Nooga.
What a weird story, man. I guess now we got to talk about that one tonight. I wasn't planning on it, but
When you didn't have it in the doc, I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. I will make sure this gets into the show.
All right, well, we'll talk about that later. Other than that, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. It's a good week. Trade deadline was today. Exciting times, baby.
Yeah, really exciting for other teams who want to get better. It was very boring for the Reds.
Reds sat on their hands. Who could have foreseen Bargain Bob doing that?
It was me all day with the stick, just going, "Come on, do something, just do something," and nothing.
I thought for sure they would at least get a pitcher, a starter, reliever, even if they
did get a reliever. They traded a minor leaguer for some guy, not the missing piece. Like, let's put it that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, they'll just have to be exciting with their youth and hope for the best.
I feel
Maybe
like
they'll be real active in the offseason, right?
I feel like that's what they did. They were just like, "Listen, this is all house money at this point. So why trade away any pieces that we have? Let's just see what happens this offseason," which I can't.
They're at least a year ahead of schedule, so I can't fully blame them for not like selling anything crazy because they'll be back in the same position in like 4 or 5 years. So no reason to speed up the process of getting back to having to worry about all rookies.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Mookie's here. Hey, Mookie, how you doing, man?
What are we talking about? What's going on? Sorry, I kind of zoned out there a little bit. I'm doing better than the U.S. women's team. I'll tell you that. I'm glad I didn't get up to watch that. I'll say that much. But hey, survive in advance. Hopefully we light a fire under their ass, or they're going home in the round of 16 and we'll be done with it. So we'll find out fast one way or the other.
We're going to have to talk about that too, because Carly Lloyd was not happy at all with the U.S. women's national team after their performance this morning, last night.
And here's the thing.
Whatever.
I haven't watched a single minute of the match nor heard a word of what Carly said, but she's fucking right. We don't go out there and go 0-0 draw just to squeak by, especially when winning the group was so fucking crucial to our title shots. But no, let's go on the other side of the bracket where it's clearly a lot harder to make it to the finals. Sounds like a great plan. We better start interviewing for a head coach. Doing it look like fucktards like the freaking Greg Berhalter fiasco.
Like the men's team?
Yeah, we're going to need to replace our head coach. So,
well, if they do it like the men's team, then look forward to hiring the same guy back in about 6 months. Caesar's here. Caesar, how you feeling, man?
I say it was worse than the men's team. As someone who's like, I didn't work today, thank God. I was in step regardless because I had money on the game. But, like, it was fucking hot shit. It was like watching paint dry. Or, it was even worse. It was watching a piece of shit dry on the wall. Like, the coach is worse. The coach is worse than Greg Berhalter. Vlatko, is he Russian first and foremost? Yeah. If he's Russian, why is he coaching our team? 1.
Fair question.
And then 2, trash. The midfield, Swiss cheese. Defense, Swiss cheese.
And not like the cool trash you have for your Laredo baseball team. Not like that cool trash can guy. Your mascot dude.
Fuck no, Willie.
No, that's hard trash. This is soft trash.
Where is he? He's somewhere fucking on here. Let me look for him.
Caesar is wearing a jersey from a local Laredo team that plays half their season in the U.S., half in Mexico, and it is covered like a NASCAR outfit in patches and sponsorships. It's amazing.
Yeah, the Port Laredo's on the back. Shout out to Seiko. Anyways, it was a terrible display considering that like the aspirations and the standard we have of the women's national team is World Cup or bust. They're gonna get skunked by Sweden. Sweden over 1.5 team total. House on it. It's gonna cash. Cause I don't see a world in where if they play the way they did last night, they're beating Sweden. It's gonna be a trashing. It's gonna be like what? Okay, I'm exaggerating. It's a hyperbole, but it might come true. What Australia, what the fuck? What the Netherlands did to Vietnam yesterday, like it's gonna happen to the US. Because there's only like 3 players that know what the fuck they're doing with the ball, and it's Rose Lavelle, Sophia Smith, and Alex Morgan. And 2 of those didn't show up yesterday. So it's terrible.
It was not a good game. Not a good game at all. Not a good result for the team. Not a good result for my plans to watch the rest of the World Cup, because now the U.S. is in the side of the bracket that plays at like 5 a.m. and 3 a.m. instead of at 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. So
I'm not gonna lie, it worked for me. Watching the game at work this morning, I was like, "Oh wait, this is how they're gonna be. Maybe this isn't so bad." How it worked out, because those 9 and 10 o'clock games I was out on.
You don't have to worry about it. They're going to be out almost immediately, so it's going to be one and done.
Damn, y'all are some doom and gloomers out in this motherfucker.
I know. I changed my mind. They have no strategy. They're ruining another generation worth of top class athletes. Like they're not ruining it. No strategy. They haven't figured out how to put that team on the field when they have so much talent. They can't even cut it to 30 without leaving what are the NWSL All-Stars off the roster. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't understand how you screw this up so hard.
They didn't, though. I'm sure we'll get into it later, but
I wouldn't trust them to come back to soccer. Caesar moment now, man.
We're going to come back to soccer. This is a big.
It has to. It's national news.
Rundown. Listen, we're going to talk soccer. I know fans are going to get mad. People listening are going to get mad, but we are going to talk soccer. We're also going to talk some football, because
the coach is fucking trash. The coach fucking sucks.
I can't wait for this dynamic of Mookie and Caesar just shitting on our team while Scott.
I'm not shitting on the women.
We got a chance, right? We
do. So do I winning the lottery. Is that going to happen? Probably not.
Man, back-to-back champs, baby. Have some faith.
That's what I'm saying. This has just been a rope-a-dope this whole
agnostic.
Time. They've been playing with their food all this time. Listen, we'll talk soccer.
Yeah, we know how well that worked out for them, didn't we?
Crazy lawsuits we have to talk about, fellas. Taco Bell has been sued for false advertising. Also, Lizzo has been sued.
I fucking hate Lizzo.
We gotta talk
false advertising.
She can go rot. Lizzo can go rot.
I would take
Lizzo can go rot. I hate Lizzo.
I'm surprised. Based on what I read in this lawsuit, I can't believe there aren't criminal charges brought against the Lizzo. We will talk about all of that plus a ton more. Before we do that, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. Scott, what is in your mug, and would you bang it?
I'm continuing my malt beverage cruise along the Lipton plain. So tonight we have Lipton Hard Iced Tea Strawberry, baby. And oh yeah, I'd bang it sweet nothing. I believe in this. I believe in this as almost as much as I believe in the women. We're gonna get this done, baby. Don't worry. Y'all are panicking for nothing.
They are pressing that button so fast, that eject button. Look at Mookie. He's checked out.
You know what happened when people stopped fearing Tiger?
He crashed into a tree.
Boom. I was gonna say he got a golf club to the back windshield.
I mean, this is what this is building towards. People, you know what I mean? Like, this might be our golf club into the back windshield moment.
I don't think so. What are you drinking? Would you bang it?
Tonight we are rolling with the Heineken.
Ooh. Oh, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? What?
Nothing. That's a fantastic craft choice.
Oh, well, it's the Heineken Not. At least it's different, right?
Okay.
Heineken nah. Like, what the fuck? It's so great to say it twice or what?
The non-alcoholic. Mookie is on. I'm starting to notice a trend.
You're going non-alcoholic every week. This is like the third in a row.
Third in a row.
I want to call it
So what's going on here, Mookie? Are we are we turning over a new leaf?
What is it? 4-3-3 for?
Did you have an intervention?
Listen, I'm not trying. Everybody has their own journey. You do you. I support either way. I'm just curious if I didn't get invited to the intervention. I'm going to be kind of upset.
Oh no, absolutely, because I'm sure you would have plenty to say.
Rightfully
so.
Mookie, your drinking has affected me in the following ways. Every episode of Craft Brewed Sports,
except for the last 3. No, it's funny. I had a thought about this, about like, okay, how do I want to approach this? How do I want to share it? And I was like, you know what? We're just going to be open and honest about it. That like, yeah, I'm 30 days sober now.
Good for
mainly
you, man.
Because at a certain point in a man's life, he wants to make babies. And in order to do that, you got to not be a drunk asshole all the time, right? You know what I mean?
I feel like being a drunk asshole is how a lot of babies are made, actually.
I know, right? And see, that's where I'm kind of like, is this that thing where it's like, you know what? Like, do I need to start doing heroin? Because I've never seen a crack addict have a hard time. Like, no, that's not the right move.
No.
Well, if going sober for a minute isn't working for me, then like I don't know what else is left. So
being sober didn't work, so I started doing meth.
That sweet meth. No, but honestly, it's part of the effort of us trying to have a kid. I'm an old fucker, as we pointed out pre-show. I could have a Caesar right now if you sit down and do the math. So just trying to figure some stuff out and trying to knock out the wife. So we'll see how it goes.
That sounds racist. I don't think you can have a Mexican kid when you both are white.
There's nothing wrong with us either. We're pretty solid.
Yeah, you are, but I don't think that they can have one.
2 of us. I more meant like me personally.
Yeah, he personally have a Caesar.
Like from an age perspective, it is a little strange, but you made it stranger, so thanks.
I was trying to.
Yeah, works out. But yeah, so we're just we're exploring a new phase of life for a little while.
Best of luck to you, man, and also congrats on all the sex, because that's the best part of trying.
Is it though? But like, is it like? Have you ever had scheduled sex before? It's different.
It's still
sex.
I'll tell you what. I don't care if it's scheduled or not.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I prefer that. If it's on the calendar, it's like you can't get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. My notification just went off. You know what time it is.
So you know what? This is perfect because it brings it full circle and somewhat gets us back on track. This Heineken 0% alcohol is scheduled sex. Is it what I would pick? No. Would I do it? Absolutely, anytime I get a chance. Yep, trying real hard.
Jesus Christ, Mookie is trying to procreate. And Biscuit said, "Have you never been to a trailer park? Did you know how many drunk assholes?"
Exactly, right. But so that's where again we're putting in the work here, right? So we went that route. So now I'm trying a different means and see how that works out. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know.
I have apologized because I've missed so many comments because that was actually, it's cool that you opened up like that, Mookie, and honestly, best of luck.
It's harder than it looks, and I think that's part of what we don't talk about, right? So
Biscuit said congrats, respect in 30 days. That's awesome. Matt Stanton wants to know who has the line on the due date.
Well, see, but Matt, I don't want to be like that because like I feel like at least we need to have one in the oven before I can start taking y'all's money.
There you go.
Otherwise,
and then
get weird.
He wants to know who's the lucky guy.
Your mom?
Solid joke.
Oh, got him.
It's like on 2 levels right there too.
Caesar, what are you drinking? Would you bang it?
So today's a very like grandpa themed day for me. I took my grandpa to his doctor's appointment, or I don't know how old people do this, or elderly, since it's my grandpa. I don't want to be rude. It was like colonoscopy, endoscopy, and doctor's appointment all in one. I don't know what the fuck that is.
God.
Well, at least
he's a dog. Don't worry.
Go back.
He's
for
a
while.
dog. He's a dog. So, came out of it. Had amazing news. Great news. News we've been like kind of not waiting years on, but just hoping the day would eventually come, and it did. So I'm wearing one of his hats, and I got his favorite beer. He's a cheap guy. I didn't really care what he drinks. The champagne of
The
beers.
champagne of beers. Hell yeah.
A Miller
Hell
High
yeah,
Life.
Grandpa Caesar! Congratulations on the good
In
news.
honor of my grandpa
Hell
no
yeah.
longer having a
I'll
tumor.
drink to that.
High Life has a permanent spot in my refrigerator. It has replaced Hams as my go-to dad drink.
So yeah.
Glad he's got good news. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Good.
We went to
Hey,
dinner.
would you bang that High Life?
Oh fuck yeah! After the day I've had, hell yeah, I'd bang the beer, bro.
Dude, and if he
The
doesn't bang the High
champagne-
Life, we don't
the
get
champagne
Caesar
of
2
sex.
generations later.
It's not a bad beer. 1903. That's a pretty old beer for an old guy. The W. Yeah.
3, really?
My grandpa's
Hell
my best
yeah,
friend,
that's awesome.
so
I
I'm always
see.
gonna
Is
rep the
that a
boy.
lime in the High Life too? Did you put a lime in
No,
there?
I should have.
I
Drinking
thought
it
I saw a
now.
lime floating. in
It's just
there.
like a green.
Now, hold on a minute, though. Is that acceptable? A lime and a High Life?
I would
Dude,
try it for sure.
It sounds solid.
for sure.
I was just
I
gonna
don't
say,
know,
I'm
though.
like, I wouldn't turn it down.
I mean, again, like scheduled sex, you don't say no, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you can do the champagne of beers.
Dude, this
like
is
that.
solid. Why don't more people drink this?
Dude, High Life is
It's the
a
shit.
great choice. You know what turned me on to High Life was dollar beer nights at the Cyclones games because I did not
Iowa
want to have
State?
PBR. So they had High Life and PBR for $1, and I would always pick the High Life. And,
There you go.
it's good brews, man. Also, that was the beer I got caught drinking when I was 18 because I gave the cashier a $5 bill and was like, "Can you give me a 6-pack for my birthday?" And she bought me a 6-pack of High Life.
Oh, I thought that's how you got caught. Was she like busted
I
you? And I was
know.
like, well,
Oh, no.
obviously that's a dumb fucking
I
move,
thought-
Mike.
no, I'm sorry. I thought I've told the story on the show before. I
You
got caught
have told
because
it. I think that was pre-Mookie though.
yeah, the receipt. She put the receipt in the bag when she gave it to me, and then the receipt fell out of my bag at home in my room, and my dad found it and was like,
fantastic.
"I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me. What's High Life?" And I was like, "Dad, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a beer that I was drinking." And he was like, "We'll talk about this when we get home." And then we got home, and he was like, "See, they spelled it HILYFE on the receipt." So I thought it was some hair bullshit. And I was like, "Oh, that would have been that was a good line. I should have done that instead of being honest."
See where honesty gets you. You should just fucking lie about everything, man. Right?
You went to too reputable of a carryout. You got to go to them carryouts and just print the receipts off with just the numbers on them. And no description, just the time, date, and the transaction numbers.
Also, why were you hanging on the receipt? Was it like a memorial, like memento
I didn't know it was
situation?
there. She
He
put it
didn't
in
know
the
he was
bag.
going to try to return it. He's
yeah.
like, I might have to take this back. I don't know. I might keep the receipt.
I will make sure I get my bottle deposit.
High Life's back out of a 6-pack and just ask.
Well, you didn't know it was your first time drinking. Hey, the guy, hey, I'd like to return this High Life. So, what's wrong with it? I don't like it. Well, we've already drank 3 of them. We've got a 4 beer minimum return policy.
Can you return beer?
No, hell no.
It was just a question. It was just a question.
Did you work at a grocery store?
Yeah, we let motherfuckers return that shit.
Well, if you have an unopened case, I suppose, like they would probably.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, my question was too vague.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think they're gonna let you replace or return like a 6er at just a local.
What would piss me off too is the fucking dickheads that would take their like 6 bags of ice and 328s or whatever the odd number is of Natty Lights, and they just leave the box there with all the cans in the cart. Like, stupid bitch, the trash can's right there, bro. Just throw it away. You can't walk or what? Oh, it pissed me off so much.
Caesar, you and I can have a whole show just complaining about working in grocery stores.
Oh my god.
I feel
that's
like
gotta
we
be
could
great.
do an easy hour and a half on that. All right, Robert Taylor, he is drinking Unsung Brewing's Mind Reef. It's an 8.7% double hazy IPA with Citra and Strata hops. Said he would bang. Gabe chiming in. He said it's been a while. He's back. Jam session pale ale 5.1% ABV from Noda Brewing Company, Charlotte, North Carolina. He said he is banging. Biscuit drinking Diet Mountain Dew and eating a 3 Musketeers, which is chocolate and nougat.
Oh.
Ah, yeah. Nougat.
By the way, Tyson said the show was starting off a little spicy.
Very spicy. I mean, it was like 10 seconds in, you hit him with the race card, right?
Yeah, and then you got hit with one too. You can't throw around widgets like that. Sarah, you said she's still drinking Bearded Iris Mood Ring Tropical Fruited IPA, 7.0% ABV. Let's see. Scrolling. Good God, people, keep the comments coming. This is amazing.
Have you picked up on what Robert Taylor's doing to us too, by the way?
No,
because he specifically said that he's not trolling anymore. He's turning over a new leaf. So
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you trust it, but I mean, he's attempting.
I mean, I'm sorry, but this clearly is not a troll. Caesar, Cowboys suck. Not trying to troll, they just suck. Those are just facts.
Nothing moves needle quite like the star, so it's okay. Rent free.
Rick is drinking Shane Irish whiskey. That sounds
nice.
I've heard of that one.
I don't know if I've had that one before, but I want to. All right, listen. And Biscuit, by the way, Caesar, he's got your back. He said when he drank, High Life was one of his favorites. This is because the man has good taste. I went into the refrigerator. It's birthday week, so I was like, I want a stout, but I don't want to go anywhere. So I went with Purple Monkey dishwasher again from this is the chocolate peanut butter porter. It's delicious. Absolutely banging this one. It felt like I needed this one because this Sunday my wife's making me Reese's brownies. So I'm like, let's have a little chocolate peanut butter now on the show. All right, tons to get to. Where do you guys want to start off first, fellas? What should we talk first? Should we talk maybe baseball real quick? No,
you should have brought out. You should have brought out the spinner.
I should have done this.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. It's been a while.
I have so many questions.
Spun the wheel.
All right, let's.
What
about baseball? Bro, why?
No, you said you have so many questions. Oh, do you?
I have questions about baseball. Yeah.
Okay, intro baseball.
Right,
we're going baseball.
All right, we'll go baseball to start
Here's
with.
the pitch. Oh shit!
It's trade deadline day. That happened for my team. I guess it came and went. Nothing really changed. There were some major. Did you say ball?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Came and went. That's crazy. Proceed.
Baseball's just rude like that. It just came and went.
Speaking of came and went, right?
That shit was astute. I've heard that saying a jillion times in my life, and god damn it, it's
never
true as
say
hell.
pause.
Yeah.
Woo. Probably the biggest story coming out of the trade deadline was that the Mets have just completely gutted everything, broke down the whole franchise, getting rid of everybody. They've got nothing left. They traded Tommy Pham for a 17-year-old. Verlander's gone. Scherzer's gone. Like is
Scherzer actually gone though?
I think so,
Scherzer's
right?
Because
He's in Texas.
Yeah, I know, but shit changes every 30 minutes. He goes, he's waving his claws. He isn't. He is. He isn't. He is. He isn't.
Yeah, no, he's
bro, do you want to be in Texas or not?
Detroit.
He's not in Detroit. He's in New York.
No,
there is
Erod.
Yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez declined going to Los Angeles.
Right.
Huh?
He plays for the Tigers. He's got a list of 10 teams, and he wouldn't waive his no trade clause to go to LA. I respect that.
But
I'd rather stay in Detroit on this losing ass franchise. Fuck y'all.
Scott, did anything at the trade deadline other than you reveling in the Mets completely shutting down for the season? Did anything make you go, that team might have a chance now? Because I feel like, the Astros get a little bit better with Verlander, but really there were no moves at this trade deadline that really took me like, that team is now the team to beat. Like I see the Braves as one of the best teams in the league, and no moves that I saw were like, they can take down the Braves now. Like nothing.
It's just Texas continuing. They loaded up in the offseason, then DeGrom goes down, then they went and got Scherzer. Texas is going for it. So I don't know. I don't know that it made them like the overall favorites or anything, but it pushed them closer to being in that conversation to be the favorites. Like I applaud Texas for being like, fuck it, windows open, let's go.
What's that like to have a team that's like, we got a window, let's take it?
Oh fuck, he's on the team.
Yeah,
damn, I'm late as fuck.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to tell you.
Yeah, because I never knew, bro. I was getting shit today, getting like news today, like, he didn't wave it. There's a picture of him in a fucking blue hat.
What?
Yeah, he's in the blue hat. Like
He's
the
talking
blue
about
T
Max
hat.
Scherzer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Max. Is that his nickname?
Sure, he's
Yeah.
got a couple. I guess that's one
Go
of them.
for it. That's
All right, cool.
what you can call it.
Okay, these are my questions. So,
Okay.
why didn't they all just recently sign deals? Like, didn't Verlander and Max just sign
Yes.
this past offseason?
Yes.
Yes.
So who
Well,
the fuck pays for that?
The
Like, are
Mets, that's the best. The Mets paid. They're paying everybody to take all their players, and they can spin it any way they want. Well, we bought prospects and all this, but no, they made huge ass blunders, calculated wrong. They fell flat on their face, and they're now paying teams for these players to play for them.
The only thing I saw that apparently like Rangers fans were mad about was that the Rangers gave up Acuna's brother. That was the only thing I saw that they're mad about. But then that he would never see the field for the Rangers because they have fucking Simeon or Simon and
they
some
got
other.
Seager.
Yeah, they also have some other dudes,
stuff.
so he wasn't gonna pop up. And I was like, well, what the fuck? So why even have him if he's never gonna pop up?
Well, and really, if Ronald Acuna wasn't his brother, it probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it's like, it's Ronald Acuna's brother. Like, he's got to be as good, right? But there's no way of knowing. Like, maybe not. Like,
So the Mets paid all these guys, and they still have to pay them.
yes,
That's
dude.
poverty, bro.
They sent Verlander back to Houston and are
like
picking up $35 million of his tab. Texas the Astros are only on the hook for $29 million over 2 years, which is funny because they're like, yeah, we don't want to pay you. He got the deal from the Mets, and they're like, okay, fine. We will pay what we were gonna pay him if he had signed here. Y'all pay the rest, and the Mets are forced to fucking do it. It's
Dude,
great.
that GM is
It's hustling so
unreal.
backwards.
That is like Chiefs GM level of ability there to let the guy walk. Doesn't really hurt you. You're still doing just fine in the standing,
and then turn
let
around
him
and get him
walk.
back.
Somebody else pays him, and then you get him back for what you were going to offer him anyways. Oh, anybody who loves the transactional stuff in sports, that's the type of thing that
it's chef's kiss, man.
Are the
it's
Mets
great.
the Knicks?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. They just throw money at their problems, it never works, and then the cycle repeats.
Well, no, they've got more money than the Knicks, though. So, like, give them credit for at least.
I don't know about that. The Knicks had a lot of money.
I would get the Knicks would be like a top 3 team, but it's not like baseball talk. I mean, it's not basketball, but so they could. That's so crazy. In the NBA, like
These are so coming to grips with this shit.
Yeah, because usually the team you
is.
trade for, like the player that trades for the guy is you pay him. But no, the Mets have to pay him, and that's so pretty.
They had to pay him to take him. It's so great, man. It's how poorly run franchises do it, man.
How did it go so bad, though? How is it?
What did Cohen do? Like, what is he
awful?
How does he have this much money?
I don't know.
To shit away?
How Cohen has his money.
Money.
I've never researched.
Cohen's a hedge fund manager, man.
Oh, well, there you go. Never mind.
Yeah, he just makes money out of thin air, punches some shit on a spreadsheet, and then he's like, "Look, I'm rich."
So wait a second. Okay. Hang on, because I did not know that. I didn't know that's how Cohen made his money. So the team who famously got embroiled with the Bernie Madoff scheme, run by a hedge fund manager, who probably is doing the same shit.
He fucked over the common investor, the common guy. We all wanted to invest in GameStop, and that piece of shit didn't let us. I'm being serious.
No, I know. That's what's funny about this whole thing.
Cohen, dickhead, Robin Hood. That's a Google.
Any other questions, Caesar, you had about baseball?
Who should I go for?
Other than how about why do the Mets suck? Honestly,
yeah, why do the Mets suck? That's a great question.
I feel like the Mets are just extremely unlucky. Like on paper going into this season, that team should have been fantastic. And I mean, they've had their injuries, but it's just an unlucky franchise.
It was just a bunch of pieces that didn't necessarily fit together. Like just because you spend a lot of money, like when you look at it, like the roster construction, they had a lot of swing and miss guys. And after Alonso, there wasn't a lot of guys that could actually drive in runs. So it turns out, despite spending all that money, and when you spend $40 million a year on 2 pitchers who are almost 40, or are 40, I mean, Like the writing's on the wall after the fact, and yeah, everybody thought for sure this was going to work, but it definitely had its cracks when you think about it.
What happened to the guy that did this to the fans?
Carlos Rodon? I think that's in New York.
Or was it Lindor?
The Yankee. Oh, Lindor? Oh, that was a couple
trash?
years. Yeah. Well, Lindor's having like not a great year for what they're paying him. He's still there, but I mean, he's having
what the fuck happened to the guy that won the home run derby for the Mets? Or he used to play on the Yankees?
Pete Alonso? Yeah, Pete Alonso's
No.
still there.
No, the guy who won it for the Yankees and he went to the Mariners and wasn't he on the Mets as well? Cano.
Oh, Robinson Cano?
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy?
He did steroids.
Dude, he's out. Yeah, I was gonna say he's out.
He
fuck.
just faded away.
I just know my Mariners were solid. We got J-Rod and a couple other guys. We're great. CS Rise, baby.
But here's the thing, though, is like, Mike, you were saying they spent $40 million on these over-the-hill pitchers, but Scherzer's having a solid, if not great year, and JV's serviceable and heating up late. So, like why didn't? Is it literally just the offense then?
I mean, that's a big part of it. Like, it's just like I said, I feel like the Mets are just an unlucky franchise.
They're the Knicks of baseball.
They're
the Knicks of baseball.
Yeah, I'd say the
same
Knicks aren't
fucking
unlucky.
colors.
They just suck.
No, they're unlucky.
The Knicks?
I think they're cursed. I think they have like a Dolan curse. I really do.
I mean, okay, so that's kind of where I was headed anyways, that James Dolan is the fucking problem with the Knicks. But, like, is that a curse?
Also, are the New York colors orange and blue?
They are.
Are those on the state flag? Because all their teams are those colors.
The Yankees don't.
Oh, no,
Yankees
they're
are
blue and
orange
white,
and
fucking dickheads. No state pride.
Agree.
The Rangers, the New York Rangers aren't blue and orange. They're
red, white, and
white, and blue.
Is that for America?
The Giants are red, white, and blue. The Jets are green.
Islanders
and white. So listen, there's really only two teams.
Green and orange.
Two teams that are orange and blue.
There's 3 of them, bro.
3. No, he's got 3. He's got. Hey, you heard him drop that hockey knowledge.
Yes.
So the
I was
Islanders,
thinking, I actually
Mets,
thought about the Islanders before.
and the
I
Knicks.
thought about the Knicks. That's how
New York state flag colors.
I was like, oh, they got the Islanders and the Mets. Who the fuck else wears orange and blue?
I think I could name all 50 state
the
flags
Knicks.
if you show them to me. And like if you blur out the name.
Now that's a skill.
I was gonna say this feels like something we have to do next week. Is just Caesar names the
Random colors.
state flags.
Their flag is
state
fucking
flags? I would
blue,
like to
white,
see
and
that.
orange. Oh, it's of New York City. What the fuck?
What are you Googling now?
New
I
York
don't know.
State flag.
Caesar's up to 8 Googles already. Okay, let's talk this other baseball story before
gonna
we
use all his minutes.
get too lost in the baseball talk. So the Cincinnati Reds AA affiliate was making news this week, the Chattanooga Lookouts, because they put a T-shirt on display on their website that they were going to sell, and then had to pull it back because they realized it was not a good T-shirt to wear.
It was not good.
It was nobody in the boardroom was like, "Hey fellas, hold up a second. Wait, can we reevaluate this shirt?" So the Nooga is apparently what the nickname for Chattanooga. So they took the Lookouts eyes, which is the logo that's on their hat. They've got like a C with those eyes, and they replaced the O's with the eyes, and it does not look.
The only thing that
Race card.
The only thing that would make this better is if they made the eyes bloodshot.
Bro.
Nooga, please.
The fact that like the T-shirt's white too is crazy.
Well,
Well,
I'm
there's
sure you can get it
multiple
in any
colors,
colors. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can get that in whatever color you want.
It's
So
It is
crazy.
such a bad look. Like
It
it's
looks like
such a bad
the
look.
like the schemy eyes, like the ones that you text your girl if you want to get like crazy later in the night.
Hey, we want to get this shirt as a show, and then we gotta go to Paris and rock these bitches. We could be
Where was he?
Noogas-
Where was
we could
he?
be Noogas in Paris.
Yeah, where was he? Because they was in Paris.
Where is he going with this shit, Scott? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the song
I
Color
wanna be
People in
Noogas
Paris?
Dude, for 2 days I've also been thinking. I can't stop thinking about the scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin with Kevin with Kevin Hart when he's at the store and he's like, "You somebody's with that tie on, and I'm like, you somebody's Nooga with that Nooga tie. Be my Nooga, not my Nooga.
Why would they do
This is so good, dude. Like, I don't know how this happened.
This
but
is one of the best shirts
gold,
I've seen since the Texas. There's a 4-star on the O-line that committed to Texas this week, and his shirt said, "I'm horny," with the Longhorn logo below it. That's a great fucking shirt.
That's a great shirt. That's a fantastic shirt.
I don't know if it beats Nooga though. That's great.
Sarah hit us with just crying, laughing emojis. Tyson said, "I withhold comment." Biscuit said, "Tell me you don't have any black employees without telling me you don't have any black employees."
That's so crazy.
Rex said they could have made them baseballs so the stitching would get the bloodshot look.
No, it's the fact that the eyes look like eyes.
And then Robert rightfully pointing out that shirt was made by a white dude trying to find a loophole.
Imagine coaching against them. These Noogas keep stealing bases. Will somebody stop these Noogas on the base pass? I can't coach these Noogas anymore. They won't listen to shit.
I feel like you can only find this shit like in Ohio, honestly. Like Ohio, Florida,
but here's
Alabama,
the funniest part.
Tennessee.
The funniest part to me is that it's like they immediately came out and they're like, well, this is the city nickname. And I've heard of Chattanooga before. I've never heard of that as a nickname. Never. Like,
but guess what you're going to see a lot of in Chattanooga going forward? Bullshit like this now. Because it's like, it's a city nickname. They're going to try to have to backpedal into it and like prove the point and basically gaslight us all.
Noogas is wild, bro.
That's so crazy.
I can't move to Chattanooga for this reason. No, the only famous person that I know that's associated with Chattanooga too is Terrell Owens. Could you imagine Terrell Owens rocking a big ass Nooga shirt? You walking up to like, that's one scary ass Nooga.
Why would they do that?
Terrell Owens.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I could be here all day. Like all
not
day.
One minority on the team. Like not one.
Are you looking at the roster?
Not one.
Hey,
are you serious?
Noogas don't play baseball, bro. Like,
no, I understand that, but Dominicans, Hispanics do.
Like, well, yeah, I was like, wasn't Ellie De La Cruz just a Nooga not too long ago?
Yes,
he's a real Nooga.
Oh, and by the way, Sarah White pointing out in the chat.
He's a real Nooga, baby.
We call it chat in these parts of Tennessee.
Right, like there's got to be something else. Like,
I'm gonna go to Chatta.
Where did this come from, man?
There's so many better options for a nickname than Nooga. Like you can't.
Yes.
And Biscuit, only time I've been offended by a hard A.
I think it's
Rex also chiming in saying, as a Tennessee resident, I only heard chat as a nickname.
Yes, like that's what I'm saying.
That's 2 votes
this
against
has
you.
Never been brought up. Like I think Robert's right. This was somebody who's trying to find a loophole. Like, what if we Nooga? Like, look at the eyes. Like. But somebody got duped, like, because the original post that they showed, like, people were taking a picture of it in, like, the team shop. It had a Nike logo on it. I'm like, come on, Nike. You got to do better than that.
Oh,
like,
no,
somebody at Nike wasn't like, whoa, bro.
See,
we represent way too many. We got way too many Noogas on the team to be putting this out there. Like, no, sir.
Not trying to defend Nike here.
This show always finds a way to bring it up. Scott, this is like the 3rd week in a row that you found a substitute word that you can just.
We went from widgets to Noogas. Like, I love it, man. I love it.
Scott,
like,
I need to.
Once you get past being offended, and I get it. Like, it is, but I mean, this is one of those, again, just like embrace it. Like, I would wear this shirt just because of how absurd it is. Like, could you imagine the looks you would get from people when you're walking around and you're a black person? Like, wearing this Nooga?
That's so crazy. crazy.
People be uncomfortable. Be like,
That's so
what
crazy.
what is your shirt?
Caesar, we need you to buy Scott this shirt so he can do that because Mike and I can't.
I was gonna say,
I mean, I'll do it.
Like, hey,
wear the
any of
shirt, Scott. I can't.
the Nooga gear that's already been pre-produced and they got to get rid of it. They've already made it. Like, what are you gonna do?
Bro,
Send it?
we're gonna
And
see
it's
what
like
the worst
championship
part is.
t-shirts, they send them to Africa. So now
We're gonna see one of UNICEF commercial.
That's offensive. Like, give me the Nooga shit. I'll rock this. I'll rock the shit out of Noogas. They're like, this guy is a really big fan of AA baseball.
My brain is
That's real.
If you send him to Africa, that's where Scott draws.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line. No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like even the African kids would open up that box and be like, "What the fuck did they just call us? This bullshit." This is bullshit.
They're not gonna be on the UNICEF commercials.
Do you think one of them would turn to his buddy and be like, "Hey, but if we take these with us to Paris, we can do like Jay-Z."
yeah, and I'm saying,
Do you think they have that?
it gets the people going.
You know what I'm saying? Provocative. No,
Yes.
it's not.
Could you imagine if they play that in the 7th inning stretch? They just take me out of the ball game, and it's just dun 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 dun.
Everybody's walk-up song is that.
Ball so hard, motherfuckers want to find me.
That shit crazy.
Oh god, dude.
Oh
I love-
man. All right, so that's baseball talk, fellas.
Yeah, there you go.
Why? I have so many questions.
But like, yeah, I bet you. I just want to know how many Noogas there are across MLB because there ain't any of the other ones. Like,
12?
there's barely any left. But how many former Noogas play in the major leagues right now? Do you think they have a Noogas league? Is there like a Nooga league baseball league?
That's so
Like just in
crazy.
Chattanooga, they're like city league. Is that what they call their city league? Like that'd be wild if they were like city league baseball. We got Nooga league baseball right here.
How long did you practice?
God
saying
damn
this
it!
over
I
tonight?
got sent down. I got sent down to the Nooga leagues. I'll see you in a couple of months. And have
Wait.
to call me back up.
Didn't the Oakland A's broadcaster say he visited their Hall of Fame?
Oh God, yes. Oh shit.
Wait, what's the team name? It's the Lookouts.
Chattanooga
Chattanooga
Lookouts.
Lookouts.
The
The Look-
Lookouts.
Okay, so I know exactly
That's where they get
what
the
happened
eyes
now.
from.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they couldn't put the I's in the fucking A or the T's.
Wait, well,
so they
and it
made them
makes
into
it-
the O's.
Right. Well, and it makes it more suspect. It makes it more suspect because you're like, watch out for them Noogas over there. Like them eyes are like shit, man. Like, god damn. I would never let my daughter marry a Nooga.
Look, I get what they were trying to do.
Oh,
Horrible
yes.
execution
Yes.
because that logo is in their logo. Like it's a C with those eyes
Yes.
poking out of it. That's
They could have
their
just
logo.
done that. The
So-
C and the A.
Well, they've
But
done
no,
that
they're
forever.
trying
Yeah.
to- that's
Yeah.
what their logo is. So they're trying to do like something different to like revitalize.
Sometimes different isn't good.
It's a minor league team. Minor league teams do all kinds. God damn it.
I mean, I can tell. Jersey's got a million sponsors on it.
Yes, Biscuit. Yes.
What do you say, Scott?
Noogas with attitude.
Give it to him, Mookie. He earned that one. And keep it ready.
Oh, God.
I was gonna
Brendan said Denzel from Training Day, my Nooga.
My Nooga.
That's
Oh,
brave, Mike. I
my
wouldn't have
God,
read
dude.
that. I'm not even gonna attempt the devil.
Wow.
Well, hey, and don't let me tell you this. I've tried to explain this to a couple of people on the text, and I don't know if it's just my phone. I'm not sure, but if you
It's
try
your
to type out Nooga, it does get auto corrected. I'll
It's
let you
your
know that right
phone.
now.
It's always your phone. You send stuff, and you're like, my phone autocorrected that. My phone doesn't autocorrect it to that ever. You know why? Because I don't type it. And then
No, that's what I'm
No,
saying. I
that's
said
what
it
I'm
might have
trying
been
to
my
type.
phone. It might be because it's predictive and it's like I know what you meant, and I'm like, no. And this I meant Nooga. Like, don't be so racist this time. Like,
You want to know what my
I'm trying to explain to Chattanooga Lookouts to folks.
Robert Taylor said with attitude.
Mine autocorrects to boobs.
what's
My
your
daughter
scoop?
corrects
Mine
the
does
boobs.
boots.
I don't know why mine goes to boobs.
Dude, that
but...
is the best way to test out if someone's a secret racist. Is just be like, let me see your phone. I'm gonna send a message and find out if your phone autocorrects Noogas to something that it shouldn't.
Man, see, now I feel bad about myself because Caesar says boobs. Mine says boots.
You're just more professional than I am. That's all it is.
Oh, no, you know why? Because instead of boobs, I actually have it's parenthesis space, space, parenthesis. I got that thing in there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Gives you a
Guys,
little bit more
there's
to
a
look
very
at.
important lawsuit that has started in New York State. Taco Bell is being sued for false advertisement.
That's not okay.
There was a class action lawsuit that was brought against Taco Bell because they said,
can I sign it?
That you probably could. They said that their I believe it's the Crunchwrap Supreme does not have as much beef as advertised, and this is the picture that they brought up to display.
That's crazy.
On the left is what the actual ad shows, and then on the right is what you get at any given.
That's what they fucking get for impeding on my culture. Get sued.
Wait a minute, though. Isn't it like, didn't McDonald's also just get sued for false?
Yes.
Like the same thing where it's false advertising?
The guy who brought this lawsuit, his attorney that's doing this and has now turned it into a class action lawsuit, is the same attorney that sued McDonald's for false advertising.
That's good money for a lawyer. Like,
yeah,
I don't need to chase ambulances no more. I'm just gonna get these fast food companies for false advertising.
That's so hard.
I like that.
Robert said, "Get sued, get fucked."
Okay, where can I sign? I've signed so many class action lawsuits recently, like two. Yeah, I've done I did the Facebook one.
That's
that
like
was
a
coming
200% increase.
Hey, yeah, exactly. So the Facebook one deadline's coming soon, which we should all do.
Wait, why are we suing Facebook?
Because of the fucking Cambridge Analytica thing and the whole...
shit happens, man.
I don't give a fuck. It's a big ass class action. Depending on how much you use, you could get upwards to like, if you use it a fuck ton in the past like 15 years, you get like $100 and shit. Bro, that's my fantasy league fee. That's free fantasy.
Dude, I've signed so many of those class action lawsuits, and you know how much money I've seen from any of them?
Like $4.
Like I was gonna say, I think I got a check once for like $1.36 from some shit, and it had been so long I forgot that I signed it. Like those class action lawsuits are such a scam for everybody except for the lawyers.
I did one for Facebook, I did one for ESPN Plus, and now I'm doing one for Taco Bell.
Whoa, why are you going after ESPN, man?
I don't give a fuck. Fuck them.
I did one for T-Mobile.
But T-Mobile.
Yeah, when they were trying to, their cancellation fees were complete bullshit.
Wait, this was a while ago?
Yeah, this was probably like 7 or 8 years ago. It's been a long time.
I was in middle school.
Scott, your Mexican pizza is also included in this.
Let's go.
It's
Fuck
not
that
just
piece of shit.
Show
me the picture.
Also pointed out the Mexican pizza.
Trash.
I mean,
I'd eat it.
But like, here's the thing. Like, I mean, even on the menu, like, no menu item that you've ever gotten at a fast food joint looks anything like the pictures. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because there's people that like their whole job is to take pictures to make it look nice. It's not even real food most of the time. It's
I saw that story on Snapchat too.
Like, it's all bullshit. It's so advertising.
Yeah, and again, I mean, nobody's forcing you to go in there and eat that. Like, you see what it looks like, don't eat it.
I want to be scammed properly, not scammed by abuse. This is abuse of scam.
As long as this keeps
Taco Bell is gaslighting me.
This cannot trickle down to our little neighborhood Chinese restaurants where they have the pictures on the wall there. Because that stuff never is fucking delicious. And I will not stand for that kind of attack against small business. That's
honestly, those Chinese food pictures are about as close as you get to actually looking like it to be real.
I don't know about that. I've seen some Chinese.
PF Chang's go crazy.
I look at the menu and I'm like, damn, that looks good. And then I look at the plate and I'm like, what shit?
It's still good though.
But then you taste it and you're like, yep, that's fire.
I know. I'm like, I can't wait to shit.
That's why we got to protect them, man.
That's why Taco Bell exists. Like, I mean, it looks like shit, but it's
oh my god, it's so delicious. That looks like a delicious.
No, the Mexican pizza can go die, bro. Can go to the same place as Lizzo, the grave.
Wow, great transition.
Well, it's probably
that was a perfect transition.
That was well done. There is another lawsuit we got to talk about, and that is Lizzo.
That's crazy.
Lizzo is being sued by 3 or 4 of her former backup dancers because on a trip to Amsterdam, she made them feel very uncomfortable, took them to sex shows.
Gross.
She was like forcing them to drink and hang
Disgusting.
out and go to these shows. She forced them to like touch the performers' breasts during the sex shows. But the biggest allegation and the biggest claim was that she forced her backup dancers. She told them they had to eat a banana out of the vagina of the sex worker at the sex show. So
horrid, disgusting, irreparable.
Is that because you don't like bananas, or
no? I love bananas. Pause. But I hate Lizzo. I hate her. If Rick Ross is called disgusting for putting a shirt, so should Lizzo.
Sorry, but I think Robert Taylor nailed it. He said they're suing her for trying to get them that cool for once in their life. It's an interesting definition, man, but I love it.
Guys, Caesar had all the baseball questions. I have so many questions about this show. Like, is the banana fully peeled and then inserted?
It has to be. You're not eating a fucking raw banana.
I mean,
no,
you can peel the banana.
They not peel it all the way before they insert it. Like, that's what I want to know. Is there like banana flaps hanging out over the flaps? Like, what is happening in this show? There's gotta be.
It was in Amsterdam, if I'm right.
It was.
Yeah, bro. No, that banana's fucking all the way down, and they want you to put the whole thing in there. I've seen too many YouTube videos where they have a girl fucking shooting out ping pong balls using her like one of her orifices, and it's going crazy.
On YouTube?
They used to be.
That visual makes me think of fucking Stranger Things, like the banana peel.
Oh no! Oh,
It's
It's like, oh shit! Look at the Demogorgon. Eat the Demogorgon, or you can't be my backup dancer.
Turtle bargain Bob.
She pours syrup on herself. It's about damn time.
I hate Lizzo so much.
Like, what is this hazing? What the fuck kind of like is this? Like, I'm gonna make my backup dancers eat bananas out of pussies. Like,
well, if it's hazing, you can sign Biscuit up because he says I don't like bananas, but is Lizzo hiring? So,
I mean, he also wants to know where the show is, for purposes.
Probably the red light district in Amsterdam, Mr. Taylor.
I'm rolling up with a jar of peanut butter, like, hey, y'all brought the bananas. I'm here.
Oh my god.
Peanut butter and a little chocolate syrup.
Somebody turn on the Elvis. We going hard tonight.
Oh my god.
Oh, that took it. That's weird, man. Elvis?
My man loved peanut butter banana sandwiches. Come on, I'm trying to make.
Oh no, those will go crazy though. Those do go crazy.
Dude, I love peanut butter. I'm dead serious. I eat peanut butter and bananas all the time. Just never out of pussy.
In high school, that was my lunch every fucking day. I get home from school, peanut butter banana.
Imagine if it was, Scott. You just open up your lunchbox at school and it's just a pussy with the banana sticking out of it.
And a note from your mom. Have a good day.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I don't want to think of my mom like that.
Well, to save Caesar's
I
ears,
got baloney. I got banana and a pussy again.
Nah, the car wash would go crazy. The car wash goes crazy every single time. I'm telling you, bro. When you get some shit where it's like fucking
and a pussy has a first name.
The car wash is undefeated. I promise you. You're there feeling like you lost function in your two legs. I promise.
Somebody give me 3 scoops of ice cream and some chocolate sauce. We're splitting this baby.
Now listen, son, I packed a treat in your lunch today, but you can't eat it until after you finish your pussy banana, okay? That's it. I promise.
Oh my god, dude. It's so
you're
good.
disappointing.
Oh, so good.
Robert said, you think Elvis just missed his rightful area?
Yes. For real though. For real.
Gabe Caesar is saying you would do it. Is that the truth? Would you? I guess that's the question, guys. Let's we're gonna take a truth pill right now.
Fully peeled banana right out. I'm doing it. I'm going in.
What is the supporting cast look like? I mean, are we talking about eating it out of Lizzo? Because nah.
Oh no,
Bro,
I'm
I
not eating
fucking
nothing out of
shoot her.
Lizzo. No,
Amsterdam sex worker. Would you eat a banana?
No.
Yeah, why not?
No. My friend, sure, but not a fucking.
No, dude. The Amsterdam sex workers are typically highly hygienic. I mean,
Oh, really? All right, then
legal
yeah, sure.
thing
Fuck
over
it.
there. So
Write me down.
yeah, they take their practice very seriously.
As long as they're
YOLO.
clean. Let's run it.
It's
There's
like,
really way too much negative
imagine
stigma.
That story, though.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to Amsterdam sex workers.
I was thinking to pussies and to bananas. And pussies.
To bananas.
But yes, I 100% would eat a banana out of a pussy. Why not? Like fucking YOLO. Like
YOLO.
everybody's like, yeah, I went to Amsterdam. I smoked all the weed. The typical story is like, hey, I went to Amsterdam. What'd you do? I ate a banana out of a pussy, bitch. Fuck. I went Lizzo with it. It was about damn time.
So wait, you poured syrup on yourself while you did this? Then?
I mean, why not? Like, fuck it.
Like you said, YOLO.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already eating a banana, pussy, pass the syrup. Why not? God. I'm in Amsterdam. Fuck it.
So, Mike, where are you falling on this?
Yeah.
Deciding
pass. Vote here.
Hard pass for me. Hard pass on a banana out of a sex worker's vagina.
I can like picture this scene then. The four of us in Amsterdam hanging out somewhere, and someone walks into the bar or whatever, like, hey, anyone want to eat a banana out of pussy? Mike and Caesar are like, nah, now we're good. It's kind of like, yeah, fuck, why not?
Can I give you guys my reason? I am way too susceptible to styes, and I don't need to be that close to a sex worker's vagina because I feel like I'm gonna end up with the sty.
Because you think she's gonna like gush everywhere?
Look at Tyson thinking. Look at Tyson thinking. The Savannah, Georgia minor league baseball team should get in on it. Yeah, there you go. Savannah Bananas, baby. All up in that ass.
Or
you put. Oh, we can have the bananas play the Noogas.
Oh, that's so badass.
Ooh, all right, boys, let's switch gears.
I don't know where we go from there.
Let's talk football. Scott, this first football story. Football's back, by the way. Thursday night, the Hall of Fame game. Like, we are back.
Word?
Shit, are you for real?
I didn't even know that.
Yes, the Jets versus the Browns in the Hall of Fame game. Also, Hard Knocks starts next week with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. So
I gotta turn that shit on again.
Hate watch that shit, Scott.
Okay. Fuck.
We already know. Here's the thing. We already know that this season of Hard Knocks is going to be dog shit because the Jets don't want to do it. So they're limiting access. Like, they're not even going to show guys getting cut.
Which means there's going to be even more annoying family members that I have to talk shit about. So there's that.
Exactly.
That's my least favorite part of the show. Unless you know, they're from the rural citizens of Zamunda, then that's a different story. Like, I'm down for that. But everybody else, all the regular ass family members who are just, faking the funk to be on camera, nah, I'm good. I hate that shit.
It is going to be a lot of that bullshit. We're also
oh my God, I can't believe my older brother plays in the NFL. This is so wild. Oh, look at he made that tackle.
What?
That's how it goes with all of this.
Wait, you might have cracked this, Scott, since they're limiting the access to the team. That means we're not going to get as much practice footage. Like the season normally is like the first episode is meeting the players, setting up some storylines. And then from then on, it's half practice, half game film. And you get to see like the guys during the game and the family members. So if they're limiting that access, does that mean it's going to be like 25% practice and 75% game film and bullshit? Like,
it's gonna be whatever players allow them to like take the cameras home with them. Like, it's gonna be a lot of bullshit family behind the scenes crap that I don't care about. It's so awful. That's the worst part of that show.
Tyson said Scott's white girl voice is phenomenal.
Half of me works on it very often.
Also, Robert said, speaking of Thursday, it's my birthday. Can I get a shout out for my friends? Happy
birthday! You should
I
eat a banana out of a pussy for your birthday.
Happy birthday, Robert, because I was going to say something about make sure you get yourself a cake, but when there's banana pussies, that cake just doesn't measure up.
Get that cake that somebody posted in the group earlier this week, the chocolate cake that looked like a pussy, and just stick an old banana in there. Boom.
There you go. Or stick your banana in there. Do whatever, man. It's your day. Celebrate how you want to. Enjoy it and think of us.
So it'd be like ass eating season with the SZN, but it's like banana eating season.
Happy birthday, brother. Hope you enjoy it.
Caesar with the serious happy birthday.
Sarah said, but only if you want to. That
We got
was
our first
an
Adam and
underrated
Eve here,
line.
too.
Fair. Because, again, consent is very important.
Oh, bro, it's the most important.
The most important
It's
thing.
the most important.
Most important.
Yeah.
I feel
it's-
like we need a
why?
consent.
Okay, you know what's crazy? What also throws me off about religion? There's consent isn't like in the 10 Commandments. It should be in there. Honestly, dead ass on Jaw Morant. Like for real. For real. You think I'm playing, but I'm not. I'm being serious.
I just thought about it. Moses is like, God, I don't see anything about consent on here. Don't fucking worry about it. This is the 10 Commandments, bitch. What?
Honor thy father and thy mother. What about asking if we could have sex before we do it? Fuck that shit, pussy. Number 2, keep holy the Sabbath.
Don't covet thy neighbor.
I'd rather covet thy neighbor than fuck. That's crazy, bro. I can't believe you covet thy neighbor instead of consent. That's wild. And then people wonder why I'm agnostic.
He said, God,
I feel like you got a lot of good reasons.
Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong though.
No, it's just one of those things that I never thought about. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, no.
it's not. There's no mention of consent like in the Bible. It's like, I don't have to worry about it. Fuck it.
Didn't like God send like these wasps and these hornets to fucking kill people if they didn't put like blood on their door and shit? They did
Wasn't it
all
like,
that great.
wasn't it like locusts?
He sent locusts. And then
Wasps and
separately,
hornets.
he sent the angel of death.
yeah.
If you didn't mark your doorway. So I guess if you combine those two, you kind of get murder hornets.
I like
Okay,
that
well, yeah,
Caesar
still.
just learned about what Passover is. Like,
Yeah.
there it was. That's
Well,
the-
yeah,
that's the
Passover
story
is
of
sick.
Passover.
Congrats. Bring out the palms and all that shit.
Passover is sick.
But, bro, like,
Dog,
shut up.
we need an episode of Papa B and the dog so bad.
Oh my God.
I feel like Papa B could help guide us to some hilarity that just it will be unmatched.
Like,
Oh gosh,
dope.
dude.
he came out of the cave, went up, saved us, and all that shit. But where's the consent, buddy?
Where's the consent? That was number 11. It just didn't make the cut. It's outside looking in. Make sure you ask if it's cool. Like that was number 11 from God. He was like,
Didn't quite
it's-
get the 2/3 votes it
I
needed
like
or
the
whatever.
odd number here.
It didn't even make the Bill of Rights. It was like, nah, I ain't good enough for that either. Consent be optional.
Is there amendments to the commandments or no?
No, it's not.
No, there isn't.
There's
Like, I'm
no
just asking.
amendments.
Like, did they make like an 11th or 12th commandment?
It's not like the Bill of Rights, dude. You can't just keep amending it. It was like
No, here
10
you
and
go.
none.
I'm gonna throw some real religion knowledge on you here, Caesar. When they asked Jesus,
I did my confirmation, by the way. I just stopped going because I didn't fuck with my priest.
when they
That's good. The priest shouldn't be
Of all the
fucking with
times
you,
you
man.
didn't say
Are you
pause.
serious?
Pause.
Pause. Holy shit. No, not in that way.
Oh my god, dude.
I thought he was a dickhead. I mean, he was a piece of shit.
Oh boy.
You always tell us like, oh, don't go watch these rated R movies. They plague your mind or whatever the stupid fuck. And we saw bro coming out of like, fuck, what movie was it? Oh, dude, it was some movie with Melissa McCarthy and someone else, but like mad tits came out in it, and he came out like laughing, bundles of joy and shit. We're like, all right, bro, like I'm not let you preach to me anymore. Fuck off.
Oh my god!
Everybody loves little.
That may have been the greatest line uttered on the show in the 7+ years that we've been doing this show. That was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
I'm still dying about the amendments to the Ten Commandments. Like we got this extra stone tablet over here. Don't forget about this, the amendments.
Yeah,
JB going with the Mel Brooks joke. There used to be 15 commandments on its way down, and Moses dropped one of the tablets. Consent was on that one.
Yep. So again, it didn't make it in the top 10, but it was in the top 15.
Giving us these 15,
oh god,
10 commandments.
Why 10 too? It's like just because it's an even number or what?
Probably just because it's a nice round number. They're like, whatever.
You could have done 12. I could think of like another 4 things you shouldn't do, and I'm not called God.
10 plus 4 is not 12.
Scott, this week on an episode of Pardon My Take, LaShawn McCoy was on. This story, I saw this and I was like, good Lord, this is right up Scott's alley. Do you remember when LaShawn McCoy?
Yes.
Okay. Caesar, do you remember when LaShawn
It's like
McCoy
his most famous moment
Endgame?
for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
He spoiled Endgame. Before, like right after seeing it, it's brand new, and he gave an RIP to Tony Stark, and he spelled Tony wrong, and it was a big. He revealed that cost him a sponsorship. He said that he thinks it was like Lexus or somebody. He was there to sign the paperwork. He goes, they must have gotten a call from somebody up top, and they said, LaShawn McCoy, no, we're not signing with him, and they pulled the deal.
That's what
Scott,
he gets.
I wanted to know, like, on the petty scale, where does this fall from? Like that's petty as
that's pretty good, I'd say.
Because if you read on the 10 Commandments, "Thou shalt not spoil" is right fucking there. So LaShawn,
that should be one. That should be a fucking commandment.
LaShawn learned the hard way. Like, hey,
that's
bro.
A commandment.
Like, whatever. It makes me want to associate whatever brand it was that cut him off more. Like, I can't afford a Lexus, but I'll rep Lexus whenever I can if that's what it was. Like, whatever it may be, I'm all in for them being like, nah, you spoiled Endgame. we can't associate ourselves with you.
And
you better get out of here, you Noogas.
Sense. Because Lexus like sponsored fucking so many of the Marvel films, so I get why they'd cancel it. That's still kind of wild though.
I didn't realize that. I didn't make that connection.
Lexus sponsored Wakanda Forever.
But also, it's just a really big dickhead move, like for no reason.
Oh, have you met Shady McCoy?
Oh
yeah, Shady. Like, he's
true.
Just out there
you
trying
play
to
for the fucking
things.
Eagles. You got to be a dickhead to play for a dickhead franchise,
dude. The Eagles. Those Kelly Green throwbacks though that they unveiled.
Those are so hot.
The Randall Cunninghams.
Oh yes, the Randall Cunninghams.
They're so good. They should wear those all the time.
Yeah,
and this is coming from somebody who I enjoy their forest green jerseys. Like, I like those, but yeah.
Better Eagles quarterback, Randall Cunningham or Jalen Hurts?
Randall.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of question is that?
Jalen's had a one good year.
Why you got to get all whatever about it?
Jalen's had a one good year.
It said the 69th commandment, my anaconda don't want none. I'll have it.
That's solid.
Suki, give him the
Give it to him.
That's amazing. All right, so the Eagles did the Kelly Green throwbacks. Notre Dame unveiled some green jerseys that they're going to wear against Ohio State. Mookie, I know how you feel about green jerseys in general, but what did you think? Not the uniforms. The uniforms were fantastic. Finally going green pants with the green jersey. Oh, it's amazing. But what did you think about the reveal video, Mookie, where Marcus Freeman and Estime reenacted Jerry Maguire?
So first of all, the star of that show was the fucking phone cases they had to make their phones look old as shit. Like, had the like built-in like hard plastic, like little antenna and whatever else. Like, that was hard. I want to find out how to buy them online. Kind of backs up Caesar's whole like phone case game is like a thing. Other than that, though, I was a little unimpressed. I was a little disappointed by Audric Estime's acting job. And well, I mean, Sam Hartman is a perfect Kushlash. So like, let's be honest, like that guy is like all hair and no brain. So he fit in perfectly for what he should have. But I don't know. It felt they were tight. Like, they need to loosen up. They need to have fun with the role a little bit, you know? And Audric, what he was doing, is it Audric? I don't know how to say his name, honestly. Estime.
Go with Estime. There you go.
Yeah, when he was like doing it, when he turns down, like when Cuba would turn down the music and then like, show me the money. Like his bounce was so robotic. It was like, dude, you're a college football player. I know you have more rhythm than that. Like, come on. But again, Marcus Freeman, gorgeous, perfect in his role. He is my coach. Can't go wrong. Caesar, I got to ask you though, if we were to say the show me the money scene, does that ring for you? Is like Jerry Maguire in the pantheon at your group? That sounded weird.
I know what it is.
But if we say the show me the money scene, do you like know what we're referencing with
Yeah,
the
yeah. I know
okay,
exactly.
all
what
right,
you're
solid,
referencing, yeah.
good.
More so just because it's a sports movie rather than like it's Jerry Maguire.
Oh, perfect.
If
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a girl, I don't know if I know it.
All that Renee Zellweger crap, like take it or leave it. But the football part of it, solid.
They should have had a role for Lisa Ann, and that's what they should have.
Ooh.
Oh, facts. She should be a
what pushed it to the
commandment.
top.
Because I hear Notre Dame, and I think Lisa Ann.
Okay, so all right, and Mike, since I know you have an opinion on these things, Gabe also
I
saying
said this
that,
earlier.
yeah, Notre Dame staying with Under Armour is dumpster fire.
I don't. I mean, look, I lived through the Notre Dame Adidas days, which were not great. So this is still an upgrade over those days. I would have liked to seen them sign with Nike, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't
would
mind.
go Under Armour over Adidas at least. So
Right, that's what I mean. Like, I don't
Yeah.
mind. I was fully waiting for Notre Dame to pull some bullshit Notre Dame move where they signed with New Balance or some shit.
Dude, you
Oh.
stole it out of
Like
my mind.
the OWGist of
Wait, New Balance goes
Come out
crazy.
in New Balance jerseys. That would be so fucking.
I'm not gonna let you guys knock.
no.
New Balance.
Listen, okay, yes, the New Balance has the dad shoes, and yes, they are getting more. They're
The 550, the
they're
990
getting
V3,
but
crazy.
Caesar. In all seriousness, would you rock a New Balance jersey, like a
See, that's it,
jersey
exactly.
made by New Balance?
See,
I'm
you're
not talking about
asking-
shoes.
kit.
Okay, look, you're asking the right guy here because my former team, my team Liverpool used to be sponsored by New Balance, so they made probably better jerseys than Nike has made in the past couple years. So
Yeah,
I'm
and look
New
how
Jersey when it
trash
comes when New
Liverpool
Balance
is.
when it comes to making jerseys, they're pretty good. But for like a football jersey in the American market, you're either fucking Nike, Jordan, or Adidas, and then if you want to be like whack, Under Armour.
What about like Reebok?
I'd almost take if
Or ooh, here's a good one, Mike. Champs.
They should have went with.
Champs.
Should've went
Champs.
with-
That would have been solid,
They
man.
should have
Like,
went with Asics.
They should
Oh,
revitalize
it's
starter. Can you imagine
Starter,
if they
yes.
brought back starter?
Dude,
Oh,
Starter
that'd be
would go
so
hard as
fired.
fuck.
Like,
Though.
yeah,
They'd
it would.
actually have the best jersey deal in fucking college
I
football.
would
if they
be
went with Starter.
ecstatic
I'd
if
be
they went with
mad
starter.
as fuck if Notre Dame had Starter. I'd be like, damn, those bitches go hard. I don't want to like
Dude.
anything Notre Dame, but those green jerseys are tight.
why
They are
don't
pretty sweet. The green jerseys are fantastic this year. Too bad they're probably going to get the shit kicked out of them in them. It's a curse of a green jersey. Plus, they're playing Ohio State.
hey man,
so-
you
But
got to
they
do
only
something.
wear it like once too, right? Like they don't wear it enough.
wear
I
it-
feel like.
Yeah, they'll wear it one game, and then they
If
never
that.
wear it again.
It's not
no, not if
guaranteed.
that. They'll wear it one game because they announced it. They're not.
They're
They're not
not-
gonna.
No, I mean like they're not guaranteed to wear it once a year.
Oh, right. They're not gonna. Right. They will wear it. Every. I mean, it's like a.
Those dumbass
Yeah.
Yankee ones. I mean, that shit was whack.
Yankee ones were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stripes. Ugh.
Those
Ugh.
are terrible.
I don't think Notre Dame fits Nike though. I really
Bird-
don't.
Brennan said they need to make a Nokia brand
Ooh.
jersey. Can you imagine getting trucked by a jersey made by Nokia? That shit would be hard as fuck. Like if they build the jersey the same way they build their phones. You could just
Yeah.
everything just bounces off of it. Nothing hurts that shit. Biscuit said if the jersey fits me, I'll wear it. I don't care if they were made by Starbucks.
Dude, Starbury had some
Also,
good shit.
I was gonna say fantastic underrated brand.
I may or may not have walked out with a couple pairs of shoes from good old shit. What was it?
Where did he sell
Barry's-
those?
Yeah, Stephen Barry's.
yeah,
Yeah.
David Barry's, that's it.
They were-
David Barry's, like David.
Yeah,
Bu-
David.
I
David
made him
Buster's.
David Busters.
David Barry's. Hey, there you go. Revitalize the business model, right? You got some games, you sell some clothes. Like, got friggin' what's her name with the busted face from Sex and the City, Sarah Jessica Parker, doing her thing.
No way, she was pretty the last time I saw her. Granted, I was like 7, but
yeah, you were just a horny 7-year-old dude. Look her up now. Look her up then. But I will say the Bubba Watson gear was also solid. Like I still have some of that shit, and I'll golf in it. Like the shirts were.
She's just old.
I mean, no, but go back to the start of the Sex and City days.
Why is she with the guy from fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
That's not her peak. Hang on, Mookie. That's not her peak. Hocus Pocus is the peak.
Oh,
Hocus
that's
Pocus.
fair. Hocus Pocus
What
she was
the
bad.
Peak in Hocus Pocus. Original Hocus Pocus season,
Yeah.
not this Hocus Pocus 2 bullshit that came out.
No.
Talking
That
OG
shit's
Hocus
old.
Pocus. Okay, you ain't gotta say it like that, man.
93?
Yeah,
God damn, bro. The World Trade Center was still up.
Wow.
I mean,
Wait, who are we
it's
talking
not
about?
wrong.
Sarah Jessica Parker? Is
Yeah.
that what you're mentioning? No, actually, there's a movie. There's a Bruce Willis movie that she's in, like where they're like
Bruce
river
Lee?
patrol-
He was still alive?
Bruce Willis, motherfucker. No, where they're like river patrol, like a river
Shout out to
patrol.
Border Patrol.
She's fine as fuck in that movie. She aged horribly. God damn.
Caesar Rex pointing out to you she's married to Ferris Bueller.
Oh
Dude,
shit,
Ferris
that's
Bueller's
crazy.
epic.
Whoa.
Did you
Biscuit said
know-
the guy from Ferris Bueller killed 2 people and got away with it?
What?
This is a story I don't know.
All right, get ready.
Caesar, get on that one.
Bueller.
All right, you get on that
Striking
one. And
distance.
Mookie, I wanted to talk about your story that you were excited about. The Bears offensive lineman. It's the Bears' first round pick. I'll let you tell what the man decided to do.
Oh
in
shit,
the
he did, bro.
offseason.
So yeah, I don't remember his name.
He's a
What
murderer.
He went to SEC school somewhere, but the point is he showed up to camp fit. Like he was ready to roll. Like you hear about this every year, a rookie coming into camp doesn't understand what's expected when they get there to do their fitness test, and they just get worked and vomit everywhere. This guy showed up, knocked it out, and they're like, "Oh my God, you were way ahead of all the times. Like, what's up, man? Like, what did you do this offseason?" And they looked into it and realized that instead of doing the offensive line summer conditioning, he did the wide receivers conditioning program. Like 300-pound, I was a guard, I think, maybe a tackle. Either way, big.
Thank you,
fucking
Biscuit. Thank you,
dude.
Biscuit. I could not. And thank you, Tyson. Striking distance. I would have never remembered
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie ever. Yeah. But she's fine as hell in that.
See,
Sorry.
now I need to look this up because, like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
I don't know how it's possible that you practice the wide receiver.
Right? And they asked him, they're like, what was the difference? And he was like, oh, it was just like more of the same stuff. And we were supposed to run far. Or no, he said we had to run farther in a less amount of time.
See,
And
I
like,
thought
so
it
that's
was
all
weird
takes?
when I was supposed to catch balls over my shoulder from 50 yards.
Right.
But I didn't
just
question
went
it.
with it. Like,
Do you
I just-
think his coaches, after this happened, they were like, well, really glad that you're in shape, but you are dumb as fuck, man. Like, we got a whole other set of problems now to worry
We
about.
need you to retake the Wonderlick because we've got some questions. Like, hold on a second.
This dude, there is no doubt in my mind that this guy puts an L and an R on his gloves on his hand so that he knows which way to block on the call, because he's got to be like, all right, we're going left this time, got it. Or he doesn't even do that and he has to go up to the line doing this move to like figure out which one's the L and which one's not.
Well, see, the problem there is the other team's figured out his tell. So like if he's out there and he holds it up, he goes, oh, okay. Wow, shit. They're running left. He's blocking left because that's the hand that he holds up. It's like, it's that one.
Whoa, striking distance is also in 93. So apparently that was the last time Sarah Jessica Parker looked any good was 1993.
Sounds about right.
I mean, Mookie said the start of Sex and the City. That had to be later than
No.
93.
Isn't that
it's
a
like
movie?
right there?
No, that's when it was like, I remember seeing her at the beginning. I was like, Sarah Jessica Parker. It wasn't she? I'm like, yeah, wow, she's not attractive anymore.
She never was. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on.
Younger years. Again,
Go
1993.
Focus.
You know what? You're right.
Go
You're right.
rewatch
Scott.
it.
You're right. I'll give you this May to August of 93. She was smoked.
There you go.
And she happened to film a ton of shit in that window. So, she made the most of her career.
Yeah, she was like, "Look, I'm about to go Uggo. We got to get everything I can out right now."
It's all downhill from here, man. I can feel it all falling apart. Like we have to
It's like
go.
you acted in 50 movies that year. I was at my peak. I knew it was gonna end soon.
All right, I want to talk soccer, but I want to get these two basketball stories in. But I also need to get this real quick football story in. The Browns apparently trashed a plane going from their training camp in West Virginia to back to Cleveland. It was so bad that it delayed the next flight from DC to San Francisco. So a bunch of people were delayed. And the pilot got on the intercom and was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. There was a professional sports team on the plane before you. It was the most disgusting I have ever seen a plane after a flight. There was food everywhere, drinks everywhere, stains. We had to deep clean the airplane, so I apologize." Like flat out, he wouldn't say what team it was, but then people found menus in the back of the seats that had the Cleveland Browns logo on it, and they were like, "Oh, okay, it was the Browns." So clearly not a great job cleaning if they were still leaving the menus around, but whatever. The Browns off to a great start of the year. Just a class organization doing class stuff. Basketball talk. Boom shakalaka! Jimmy Butler is offering campers to play him one-on-one for $699. Scott, would you do that if you had the money?
$699?
Yeah.
As long as they're not gonna like delete the footage when I dunk on him like LeBron when Crawford dunked on his ass. So when I dunk on Jimmy, I want to make sure that $699 goes to, making sure the video gets out there. Yeah, I'd do it. Fuck it.
Mookie,
tell Jimmy right now I can't dribble with my left, so I'm going right.
I don't like that joke.
I would pay $6.99 to watch Scott play him because it's a win-win. Because either he's going to dunk on him, we got footage, or he's going to get embarrassed, and then we got footage. So
high probability I'm getting embarrassed like a motherfucker. There's no doubt.
I'm getting.
Caesar, are you paying that to play Jimmy Butler one-on-one?
No, I'm broke.
Money's no object. You've got the money. Somebody gives you $690. They're like, "Well, I'll pay for it for you."
Low key, if there's like waivers involved and shit both ways, I'm like hitting him in the balls type shit, so he can't start the season right. Like I'm going whole like sabotage the Heat season. RKO when he goes for a dunk type shit.
I am not doing it because I'm not giving someone $699.
We just said money wasn't an issue.
No, it doesn't matter. Even if money is, even if I have millions, not paying someone $699 to smack a basketball back in my face every time I throw it up. Tyson with the correct joke there.
Is that an owl?
Rachel Nichols doesn't have to pay.
Hell yeah.
She paid with 2 balls. Not
Also,
just one.
I would also need to clarify, it is not make it take it, because that shit would be over in like 2 seconds if it was, and then that's just not even worth it.
Dude,
No,
I'm looking like the dude on the
when you get
basketball intro. That's me, fucking face planting like, on a trampoline. Like I'm not. There's nothing I'm doing against Jimmy. He's gonna take the ball before they pass it to me.
Kendrick Perkins got kicked out of an AAU tournament this weekend. Apparently, he was coaching an AAU team. One of his players got ejected, so he was arguing with the refs, got double teed, and then thrown out. And the ref was telling him he had to leave. He actually turned around and called for the organizer of the tournament to like let him stay. He was like, I came all the way to Vegas. I'm not leaving this gym. And the organizer was like, fine, but you can't coach. Like, you got to go off to the side. So Kendrick Perkins getting thrown out of AAU games. Here's my shocked face. Anything surprising about that story, Scott?
No, I love Perk, but he's crazy.
Mookie, if you're the referee that volunteered for the AAU game that's making $15 for the game and Kendrick Perkins is yelling at you, what are you doing?
Oh, I would have goaded him into punching me in the face. Like, that would have been my goal from the moment I found out I was officiating Kendrick's game. I would do whatever possible to get assigned to that game to then let him, or actually lure him into punching me in the face. And then I'm like, all right, bro. So I want 5 figures. Kind of figure out however else you want to pay it up. But that's what we're looking for here today. So how you feeling about it? And then I'd go play Jimmy Butler for $6.99. No, then Scott would go play Jimmy Butler for $6.99. I'd peel him off for seven hundos right there.
That reminds me, there was an umpire that umped one of my kids' little league games, and he said the only person he had ever thrown out in any little league game was Joey Votto. And I'm like, what did that happen? And he's like, Joey Votto, was that some coaching thing or whatever? And he was getting lippy. And I imagine it's one of those things, kind of like with the Perkins thing, where Mookie's saying, "Oh yeah, you would goad him into it." You just do it so you can be like, "Yeah, I threw out Joey Votto."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're just doing it for show because there's no reason otherwise to do it. But it's like, that's the reason for the story. Yeah, I threw out Joey Votto once.
I would love to see it be even better, be like full on Canadian Joey Votto, like as the game's winding down, be like, "Hey, good game there, Blue. Appreciate you coming out and volunteering for the kids. You're out of there." Just toss his ass for no reason, and then he's like, "What I do?" Be like, "Hey, man, honestly, I just want to be able to check you off my list."
You just had to, yeah.
All
right, let's get into this.
She can't imagine to have to do much to get punched in the face. That's fair.
Very good point. That's a very good point. All right, let's talk soccer, boys.
Hold on. No. Before we talk soccer, Caesar, look at the clock and look at when we're finally getting to talk soccer. And remember earlier when Mike said, "No, we're definitely going to talk. We're definitely going to talk about it." This just is a reminder. Anytime we get to talk soccer, we got to force that shit in there so hard. It's like a banana in a pussy.
Whoa. One of the commandments, consent. You don't force anything.
Number 11. Damn, come on.
Obviously, there would already have been consent, but a banana does just not
go. If you're talking about forcing things in, bro.
Anyways, we've been going over anyways. We're good.
The more I realized that peel has to still be on there to give it some form factor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, it's just going to mush in. Like, it's got to have the peel on it. Yep. It has to.
Which then makes me wonder, is there like a condom on outside of the peel? Like, you really don't want to be just kind of introducing stuff like that, because then does that also affect the taste of the banana?
That pH of that banana is going to be all out of whack.
Yeah. But you'd still get the potassium.
By the way, I just want to point out that's how easy it is to get you off of soccer talk. Is just that slight little diversion, and you would have talked about that if we kept going there. If I just kept that going, could have ran out the clock. But I do want to talk soccer because I didn't watch any of the game because it was on at 3:00 in the morning. But this feels like that Team USA is in a transition period. All of the ladies who have been like World Cup champions past 2 times in a row, they're phasing out, and we've got a new group of girls coming in that is now taking the helm. There's going to be some bumps and bruises, right? This is a lot of their first World Cup. Give them a little break. They're feeling their way out. Look, Trinity Rodman hasn't scored yet in this World Cup. That's crazy. Trinity Rodman's due. Like, that's a player who I don't think she's playing terribly. It's just not falling for her, right? As a novice soccer fan, that's pretty spot on analysis, right?
I don't give a shit. They need to fucking win. Which I still think they're more than capable of doing. The problem is I don't think they're being set up with the system that will allow them to win. I don't think there's any organization or tactics behind the coaching whatsoever. And so now we're going to suffer by the fact that we hung on to this guy for way too fucking long. And
so here's my question: then. If they don't win, all right, and let's not even say what would be a failure. Would be the failure getting knocked out in the quarters here, or if
anything less than the finals?
It's a failure.
Okay, so anything less than the finals is a failure. Are you putting that on the women, or are you putting that solely on the coach?
Coach. Hands down.
Yeah.
Organization.
Actually, you could even go further than the head coach, but at the same time, the Bucks got to stop somewhere, and to me, it stops with him because I couldn't even classify his strategy other than 4-4-2, which great. Like, we've been playing that shit for decades. Like, he probably read the same one book I got halfway through and was like, I know how to coach soccer now. Like, he needs to get it together, dude. Caesar said it himself when we got on, started off here today. Why is a Russian coaching our team?
I want to know what Hope Solo thinks about all this. She's usually spot on.
She probably has the same ideas as Carly Lloyd.
In a banana.
Carly Lloyd was pissed. If Carly Lloyd was any indication, then
that's what I'm saying. Like, Hope Solo was gonna be living.
Hope Solo is like breaking somebody's face.
Yes, probably Jeremy Stevens.
He probably had it coming.
Wait, the UFC fighter?
No, her husband.
Oh, the tight end, the Seahawks tight end.
Because Jeremy Stevens is also a UFC fighter. And when Connor was like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" That's Jeremy Stevens. He was that guy. Well, it's so the thing is, even back then, like when women's soccer isn't in the place that it is now, like the U.S. still needed some sort of tactics. If not, they're getting fucking skunked by Brazil or Germany. Pia Sundhage's tactics were great. The woman that came after her, I blank on her name, but she was American. Her tactics were decent, but they had enough talent. The U.S. isn't so far ahead in terms of talent anymore to the point where they can just squeeze by just like, oh, we're more athletic. No, bro. Portugal should have moved on.
Yep.
We were this much away from fucking being eliminated. Like, it's not the way Mike had said earlier where it's like, oh, they're just not fouling. It's not that. There's no cohesion to the team.
Right.
It feels like it's the front three versus Portugal. All right, the front three didn't do anything. All right, now it's time for the midfield to do something. If the midfield don't do it, then fuck, it's a defense. There's no team. There's no glue. Kelly O'Hara was the only girl that seemed mad about it yesterday. Like, okay, granted, you made it through. Congrats. But this wasn't a performance. You're not going to win the World Cup with this performance.
But see, that's where I'm wondering how much of this is
2 years to figure this shit out, too. That's the problem, is that they had 2 years to figure out the tactics, knowing the talent coming up through the ODP system. Like, at some point, you got to figure something out and either stick with it or pivot hard. Because again, we have enough talent that you don't have to like literally put a little thought and say, 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 3-5-2.
No, it's not even that. You could run a 4-4-2, a 4-3-3, whatever it might be.
But it's got to be
there's no adjustments in the middle of the game. There's no adjustments. There's no
they were
adjustments.
doing. It seemed like they were just doing the same thing over and over and over. I did notice that it was like nothing changed about the tactics that they were going about. I'm like,
bro, when you
I haven't seen any adjustments, and I barely know soccer, and I'm like, they aren't changing shit.
Okay, so that's where my question is, and again, forgive me, soccer fan novice here, but like. The manager can control the substitutions coming in and out.
Yes.
And I guess they can like yell from the sidelines.
Yes.
But how much of it in soccer is kind of like a trusted quarterback that can start to call their own plays because they realize you called the slant, but the defense is lined up this way and we can audible and do this. Like, yes, you're set up in a certain formation, but at what point can the women just take charge and be like, this shit isn't working? Like we do something different here.
So the problem is like you're absolutely right. That can happen. But I think the issue is that you've got an organization who is essentially training, scheming, bringing in, building in rosters for these massive tournaments as if they're, we'll say the Bengals offense, right? Say it's the Bengals offense, right? And then they get out there on match day and they get into these games and all of a sudden now they're asking them to operate more like, I don't know, who's a team that's not as good as the Bengals? The Chiefs. There you go. They're asking them to play like the Chiefs. So it's like close enough, but everything's not quite aligned. And then when they try to go and make adjustments, they're like, okay, you know what? We're just going to play the triangle offense. Let's just do that. This isn't working. We're going to play the triangle offense. And the team's like, bro, that's fucking basketball. Like, what are you talking about? That's not going to work. Like, there's no harmony and no consistency through any of this.
I guess I feel like, and to Caesar's point, the talent discrepancy that we've seen over the past 2 World Cup cycles has obviously shrunk.
Well, it's not even like, okay, yes, it's shrunk. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
It's more so that even then they had hard games against Canada. In 2011, Brazil, and then Germany was somewhat difficult. Well, Brazil, they won on a miracle. But those teams were cohesive. They had a unit. They knew what they're doing. They knew what their system. And you had asked about, the team kind of just doing their own thing. It's like with every team. When Udoka was coaching the Celtics, he had enough trust in the team. Like, hey, JT, JB, if you see something, go do it. Like, change on the fly, you're fine. But it takes some level of trust and cohesiveness. Again, keyword cohesiveness, which the women's national team just doesn't have right now. It's like 3 separate phases of the game, all separately playing against Portugal at once. It's not one whole team. And if they keep playing that way, they're going to get skunked by Sweden. It's going to be like 3-0, 3-1.
And cohesiveness is very important. It's almost the most important thing. it's only after consent. Consent's the most important.
JB said, like I said previously, they lost to teams in the Olympics.
They lost to Canada.
The Olympics. Proud teams don't lose to anyone anytime.
Well, no, see, but that's the thing is like the Olympics again. I think part of that is that should have been part of building towards the World Cup. The Olympics should have been putting the system in place, seeing how far away you were, and trying to figure out what your core was going to be to get into the World Cup cycle. Because if you ask a soccer federation whether they'd rather have Olympic gold or a World Cup, they're gonna be like, "What do you Olympic gold? Fuck that shit! I don't know why are you even asking me that question? It's a World Cup every time."
Right?
Yeah.
Rex said it earlier, where he said that the team, the team has been just so focused on off the field issues recently in the past 4 years that they kind of take being a part of the national team for granted. It's like, oh, we're nasty and we're better than most of the world, which they are. They are better than most of the world just for like being as athletic as they are. But when you take things for granted, there's a sense of like arrogance that comes to mind. And as someone who's been arrogant in his past, it's not a great thing because then you're caught left lacking like a dumbass. And that's what could happen to us if we continue to have these like shades of arrogance. Again, be happy. We made it forward. There's a new round, new game. But you can't get by playing the way you did against Portugal, the Netherlands, and even Vietnam. Because Vietnam, they only won, 3-0? And it was like a sloppy first half.
And that one looks a lot different now looking back at it because it's depressing.
And then Biscuit just
what was Netherlands beat Vietnam like 7-0, right?
It was like 7-0. And they made that shit look like clockwork or whatever that book is.
Biscuit said, could it also be the rest of the world caught up? I think that's what I was saying. Like, the talent level has definitely shrunk. The discrepancy has shrunk. And I feel like we've got a team full. I'm not full. I shouldn't say full. Very much made up of women who are making their first World Cup appearance. They're coming into this like, we're Team USA, 2-time defending champ. We're about to run this shit, not realizing that talent level that gap has shrunk. And I feel like this is a wake-up call. Now is when we will find out. Now we find out they've gotten smacked in the face like 2 games in a row. I mean, look, it's hard to say you got smacked in the face when you won 3-0. Like, I know they didn't play as well as they could have, but it's still a 3-0 win. So you've gotten smacked in the face 2 games in a row. Like, now's when you find out what they're made of in the knockout stages, especially against in this opponent. But the problem is now it's on at fucking 3:00 in the morning instead of at 9:00 at night. I'm so pissed about this, guys.
I mean,
I'm out now.
I completely agree with you. That's why this is terrible. Everything's falling apart, and it's not worth your time. I don't think it's the players getting arrogant. I think enough of these gals play across the sea in Europe and they understand the quality that's over there and through these other federations. I don't think it's our players getting arrogant as much as, again.
No, not arrogant in terms of like who they're playing. Arrogant in themselves, like, oh, okay, like we're the US, we're nasty.
Well, no, I don't think they even think they can just turn it on. I think there's an understanding. You have to, again, have some kind of, like you said, Caesar, you can't have 3 disconnected phases of the game, but that's the way we're functioning. And I think that's what got Lindsey Horan so upset. Again, she's one of our players that plays over in Europe. She knows what it looks like to be on a functioning squad with tactics and strategy that, again, you have to have some kind of balance that if you're going to ad lib or play on the fly, whether you're a West Coast offense or run and gun, like you can't not have even just that basic definition. And that's where we're missing because we do think we're arrogant and we don't need that kind of stuff because we'll just figure it out on the pitch. That's no longer good enough.
And you saying that like it's a lot of the girls' first time like playing in the World Cup, I don't think that's an excuse because it was all of Portugal's first time being in a World Cup, the entire team.
No, but Portugal has different expectations than the US does. Like yes, Portugal, it's their first time, but they've got nothing to lose at that point. Like they are playing free because if you lose, well, yeah, but we lost to the United States. Doesn't really matter. If you win, we just knocked out the United States. Like that is a totally different mindset going into the game than, holy shit, we know that Netherlands is going to beat the shit out of Vietnam. We have to at least tie with this team. So it changes your mentality.
And again, that goes to the organization too. If you're, what is it? I think our youngest player is 17, 18. If you're that age as a professional, that's where your federation, your whole fucking country's federation needs to step up and give you the right support staff and coaching staff to be able to get you to where you need to be effective.
We haven't had a good coach since Pia Sundhage, in my opinion. And that was 2011.
Also, it's just
Scott,
got, like,
you've been very
Omicron
quiet about
fever.
this. You are hands down the biggest U.S. women's national team fan in the speakeasy tonight. What do you think about the performance so far?
It's been disappointing. Like, I mean, like I said, I don't know as much of the technical things, but I picked up on things like that Caesar and Mookie are pointing out. And it was just like, this doesn't look like
It doesn't look right.
team.
It doesn't
like,
feel right.
It's like, yeah, I was gonna say something that just feels off. Like they're not coming together correctly, and it's clunky. Like when I'm watching it, I'm like, this does not feel as smooth. Like even when, like, again, the games they struggled in the past 2 World Cups, or like, you know, the ones where it's like, oh, things were tight the entire game. Like this one just felt different. Like shots that they would be knocking home with ease seemingly just aren't even coming close. And like a lot of the girls are looking around like, what the fuck, y'all? But I mean, that being said, you know, Alex Morgan, like I'm gonna watch as long as she's on my TV. Like, I don't give a shit, y'all. Like if Alex Morgan is on my TV, I'm gonna watch it. And if she loses, hey, Alex, let's go to Amsterdam. I heard they do this thing.
Tyson said they need a good team building.
Yeah, there it is. Alex, we going to Amsterdam. We're gonna forget about this World Cup.
That's a good bow to put on this one. Let's talk about these beers we were drinking tonight, whether or not you would bang them. Scott, what was in your mug? Would you bang it?
Your boy continued his malt beverage journey with Lipton's hard iced tea, strawberry flavor, just as sexy as all the rest. I mean, this is like the Alex Morgan of hard iced tea. So I'm definitely banging.
Mookie, you went NA Heine tonight.
Sure did. Would do it again. Maybe next time like 4 instead of 2 though, if it's up to me. Definitely a solid scheduled bang. Heck, you know, even a spontaneous one once in a while. So why not, right?
There you go.
Shout out, by the way, I still think Germany is going to take this one. I don't know. I just got a feeling. So keep your eyes peeled for them. If not them, Japan again continues to look scary. So I'm sticking with my unfortunate Axie's pick for the Women's World Cup this year.
Winning it all still. Caesar, you were drinking High Life, the champagne of beers, one of my personal favorites.
It was fire. Shout out my grandpa. Fantastic.
Fantastic. I was drinking Purple Monkey Dishwasher from Evil Genius Brewing. Real good. Chocolate peanut butter porter. Absolutely would bang that one. Guys, what a show tonight. Holy
Slam
shit.
Sweden, team total over 1.5 if they play the US. You'll make money. I promise.
And if not, Caesar's address is
who isn't having fun because you're the party's degenerate gambler.
I stayed up till 5 a.m. just listening to a lot. And Carly Lloyd just shit on the team. That's how mad I was that I lost money on the women yesterday.
Fantastic show, fellas. Thank you guys all for tuning in, for listening, for chiming in. The chat was fire tonight. I apologize if I didn't get to all of the comments. Be sure to follow the show in between shows at Crafty Sports on X now. I guess I got to update this graphic.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, we'll keep it as this sweet. Twitter and Instagram at Crafty Sports. Join the Facebook group. It's a ton of fun in there. All the people you hear who commenting on the show are in there. It's a bunch of memes and goofiness, and it's a good time. So find us in the Facebook. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. Helps us out more than you know, so go do that. Give your voice some love there. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. So subscribe, rate, and review to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. We will see you guys next week. Cheers, everybody.
Love y'all, Noogas.
Kelly O'Hara, Tobin Heath, we need you.
Sign the class action.
Feel like poop right now.